Number one, I know this update came out hours ago. I posted another video hours ago, so I can't post. This is how YouTube works. I can't post two videos like basically back to back. Otherwise, I basically destroy the views on one of my videos and it doesn't get any views. So I have to at least wait a little bit of time before that. I got a handful of people yelling at me, Bagel, you didn't do a video on the new update. I'm like, I just posted this other video. I can't post an update, another video for a while. Another thing is, I mean, this is it's really not too much, if anything. Let's be real. So it's gonna be a quick. It better be a quick video. It's gonna be a quick video, right? So developers don't. Half of this update is them just saying all the things that they've done to update the game in the past 2 years. Not what's coming in this update, but mostly just all the things that they've done to update the game in the past few years. We've been releasing updates for various quality of life improvements, such for new returning and existing summoners this year, season achievements, victory point. This is just talking about all the things that this is just patting themselves on the back. They're like, look at all the good things that we're doing, guys. Please don't forget that we did these, even though update is not. I mean, we weren't really expecting this update thing to even be a thing, so just an extra update. I'm not complaining about an extra update. There's nothing. I don't think there's anything bad in here, right? Event is filled with various rewards. Again, they're just patting themselves on the back. Okay. So this is some stats are designed according to the monsters level. I don't want to compare this to Epic 7, but this is kind of what Epic 7 does. Where if you 6-star something, this is kind of like irrelevant because here's the thing. Generally, we need these stats to be upgraded, right? So, okay, let me explain what this is. If you guys haven't already read the update notes, if you guys don't already know what this is. Before the update, when you take something from 5-star max to 6-star, it decreases their stats. So if you were farming with it from 5-star max and you 6-star it, it decreases their stats. You may fail at farming if you're like early game because it doesn't have enough stats. That's why they've been giving those angel mons. When you 6-star something, they give an angel mon so that you get a boost of levels right away. So that's the reason they've been doing it. In Epic 7, again, I don't want to compare everything to Epic 7 all time, but in Epic 7, when you 6-star something, it starts with, like, it stays at that same level, and then you just upgrade it more from there. And Summoner's War goes back down to level 1, so it doesn't have those same stats. So now they're going to bring it back to level 1, but it's going to have the same stats now as it did before. Honestly, for most of us that have been playing the game for a long time, this is irrelevant because we're not really playing with these units at level 1 or level 2 or level 3 or whatever. We're 6-starring them, and then we're getting them as high as possible, as fast as possible. And we don't really 6-star a whole ton of things. Some people like to collect monsters and build a whole bunch of different monsters and not farm that many runes. I see you there. I know how you guys play, how some of you play. But yeah, this may be a little bit more relevant for some of you, but it's really, to be honest, this is really a non-issue for most people, unless they are kind of early game. It's really almost a nothing. At this point in the game, it's 7 years later, it's really almost a nothing. If they did this like a year into the game, while we're still like, while most of the community is still building a lot of units, then that would have been a bigger thing. But again, this is really not too much of a thing right now. So it's kind of, I'm not really excited about this. This impacts me not at all on any account, basically. It's kind of what it could have, should have been, whatever. Then they're talking about all that we've introduced a total of new 2A monsters since June 2019. Again, more patting themselves in the... Maybe I shouldn't attack so much. Yes, they did. The 2A monsters are great. So I'm being nice. I'm being nice. The 2A monsters are great. So many new 2As. This I actually like. This I actually care about. So this especially impacts those of you that like to second awaken skill ups for the stuff. Or you want to set, first off, it impacts you if you want to second awaken all of the units, right? All the second awaken options that you have at your disposal, you want to do them all, right? So now it's instead of 105, if you're like, for example, on farming level 5, which if you can't farm level 5, you can always do level 4. That's not really an issue. You shouldn't be doing level 1 to second awaken things, ever. You should just be building other stuff to building good, like core units. This way you can farm like 3, 4, 5. There should be no level where you're farming level 1 or 2. If you're early game, farming level 3, I could see. But level 4 or level 5, that's what you should be farming to second awaken things. At the very least, level 4. So now, instead of 105 runs to second awaken something, it's 86, which is a pretty significant Especially if you are skilling things up, like Second Awakening skill ups for it. Like, for example, if you want to do a Fire Nagami and you want to max him, but you don't want to Devilmon him, because Devilmons are in short supply. We know Devilmons are in short supply. You can just Second Awaken more Fire Nagamis and feed those to your first Fire Nagami, and then skill them up that way. So this is much better for this. I really actually like this part. Because I have been doing this on different alts. I have been skilling things up to, or Second Awakening more things to skill up my Inugamis and my whatever else. I was gonna say Hellhounds. That's the next one, Bagel. Did Bagel just leak the next Second Awakening? I don't know. I was just gonna. I'm used to saying Inugamis and Hellhounds for whatever reason. I don't have any inside information, guys. Don't look too much. You're gonna look too much into that anyway. I feel like the Hellhounds might actually get Second Awakened sometime soon, but over the next year. But that's not. They didn't tell me anything. So anyway, I also think that, well, we can go. You know what? We can go do another video talking about all the things that I think are going to get Second Awakened. This one, B11 of the Giant's Keep, Dragon's Lair, and Necropolis will be improved. So they're making it easier to do B11, lowering the stats, so it's easier. And then they're also improving the drop rate. Now, before you get excited about the improving the drop rate, they've done this before. They've already done this for B10 and B11. This was in a previous update where they improved the drop rates. And that doesn't mean people are going to farm B10 and B11. It's just improved the drop rates from what they were before. This was in, like, I think it was a year ago, if I recall correctly. Was it? No. I think it was actually less than. Wait, maybe it was a year at this point. Holy crap. Yeah, actually, maybe a year ago or 9 months ago or something like that. They improved the drop rates for B10 and B11 dungeons. This is just another improving the drop rates. We'll no longer drop rare and hero. See, here's the thing. No longer drop rare and hero. Not that many people are farming B11. Yes, there are people that are farming B11. Yes, there are also casual players that are, you slackers. Casual slackers. I know, I see. At least you're farming something, right? If you can't farm B12, at least farm B11 till you get better, or B10 or whatever, farm to get better runes to be able to do B12, right? You got to start somewhere. You know, you should always try to build B12 teams, of course, but I do realize that there are still people like casual players or maybe newer-ish players that are still doing B11. However, they fail to address two things in here. Number one is they don't really say how much all of these increased drop rates are, right? I would assume that the biggest increase is going to be these rare 6-star ones. They, of course, increase all of them, but I think the biggest bulk of the increase is going to be here. The Legend 6-star ones increase the drop rate. You could increase it by 0.000000001%, and that's still increasing the drop rate. They don't actually give us any numbers here. Just this is going to be, this is not going to be dropped, and then these are going to be increased to make up for it. But I'm sure that the bulk of these, bulk of the increase is going to be rare 6-stars. Also, they don't say anything about, like, all these could be all of these 4 could be very tiny, basically insignificant increases, and they could also increase the drop rate of crafting materials, right? That could be the bulk of the increase, and they didn't even mention it, maybe. Again, you know, who knows? We don't know the actual numbers on this, but I'll see if I can get you the numbers after this is actually implemented. So also, this is going to be decreased from 9 to 8, which is not bad, but I don't think that the increase in the drop rates are going to be big enough to really make up for that. And again, like I said, somewhere between 9 to 12 months ago, I believe, is when they did something like this before, and it really didn't make a big enough impact that we started, like, really caring too much about B11, right? The thing is just to farm B12 dungeons. So there was another thing that I want to mention too. They did this, however, they still didn't increase the rune crafting. They still don't have any other improvements to the rune crafting at all. We're still crafting. I mean, B11 dungeon, that's great that rare and heroes are not going to be dropped from B11 dungeons. However, you could run B12 dungeons till your eyes are blue. Why are your eyes be blue? Until you're blue in the face and your eyes bug out and you're like completely like devoid of any thought whatsoever, just like me right now. And you're still crafting runes and getting 5-star. Like, I don't even bother crafting unless it's part of an event anymore, because I'm like, I don't want to just sit there and click the button and wait for things and wait for things and wait for things to craft a 5-star blue rune and sell it, and craft a 5-star blue rune and sell it, and craft a 6-star blue rune and sell it, and craft a 5-star purple rune and sell it, and craft and flat stats on 246 and this and that. And I'm like, this is just 99% of the runes that we're crafting are garbage. So rune crafting is basically pointless, and they still didn't even address rune crafting at all. Also, I think this is hilarious that hey, are you gonna be savage again? I'm sorry, I can't help being savage. They also said one of the quality of life improvements. This is hold on. One of the quality of life improvements is where did they say something about like improving the rune upgrades? They said something about improving the rune upgrades. I knew they had it in here somewhere. Rune artifact power-up speed improvements. Come to us. I wouldn't be patting yourself on the back for... This is the smallest speed improvement. It still takes forever to upgrade any of this stuff. It's still a garbage system. Essence breakdown functions. This is stuff that should have been in the game years ago. All of these, like, these things that you're, like, giving yourself so much credit for should have been done years ago, and some of them should even be better, and it's kind of embarrassing that they're not better already. Super late in doing some of these updates, and still we don't have some of the updates like the rune crafting that we should have had so long ago. I knew I was going to be a jerk again, but that's just my feelings. I don't know, maybe you guys disagree with me. Maybe you guys are like, no, Bagel, the rune upgrading speed is wonderful. You guys don't upgrade enough runes then. That's my comment on that. Anyway, that's it for this one. Again, I really didn't even want to do a video on this update because honestly, it's almost nothing. The only exciting thing is this 2A experience. This is good if you're using, if you don't Devilmon your 2As, which I don't blame you, then, you know, building more 2As to feed to the first 2As is going to be nice. Or if you want to just got to catch them all, make sure you 2A all of the monsters that you have at your disposal that can be 2A'd, right? So either way, I think this is the biggest / only thing that's even relevant in this update. Honestly, it's basically almost nothing. So that's why I didn't really want to do a video on it. Anyway, that's it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know there's nothing to enjoy. Hope you guys enjoyed me yelling at Come to us again. That's it for this one. I'll see you as always in the next one.